So the best cold approach openers are generally going to be simple. Um, the idea of pickup lines or Riz lines or anything like that, like that's a really bad mentality to have because there's not putting words in a certain order are not going to just seduce women and make it. They can see right through any bullshit. You want to when you cold approach a girl, you want to be like legitimately genuine with it. You want to just have the intention of like meeting someone special. I know that, sounds a bit corny, but like it really shows when you because I mean, you're making yourself really vulnerable and you're putting yourself out there, and that's super difficult. And if you're not just, being aggressive or saying some dumb shit, just, trying to pick up, that's just like, you're going to feel better about it too. Because I mean, cold approach, if you do it wrong, you can just be like a total creep. You have to look good. You have to be a guy that girls want to be approached by. And, you don't have to look super attractive or anything, but you have to be reasonably well put together. Some guys, that might mean that you should probably just go to the gym for the next year, maybe two, build up a bit of muscle mass. Yeah, that sucks. If you're a fair bit overweight, get to a good body fat percentage. That's just the reality of it. I mean, that's the hard truth that a lot of guys need to hear. But anyway, so I wrote a bit more about this. I'll link it in the description below, but it's pretty simple and straightforward. So I have a few different examples here. The first one, you might have heard it before. Back when I used to spend a lot of time on Good Looking Loser, I don't know if it was me or Chris that we started this line, but it was like, this is kind of random, but I thought you're kind of cute and wanted to say hi. That's essentially the gist of what you say when you cold approach. And there is another one, which I'll get to in a second, like another type. So like another one, hey, I'm Ross. I thought you were cool and wanted to know you if you ever wanted to hang out. I messed that up. And I definitely messed up a lot of openers in the past. Once I got like pretty good at it, sometimes I would just say like, hey, how's it going? Or, if it was pretty difficult to get going, which it can certainly be, just saying hi to some girls, and then saying, how's it going? And just gauging the response. And then if they are receptive enough, you continue and you're like, okay, so, what are you up to? Are you checking out that store or whatever? And then just trying to naturally build a conversation, or at that point, just saying, hey, would you ever want to hang out sometime? Even something super simple and super short like that can work. And at that point, I generally give them my number. It doesn't really matter, but again, just having a genuine intent, not, giving them the power to reach out if they want to. Maybe that doesn't always work all the time, but I feel like it's better for them to not give out their number to some random guy, although they can always, give a fake number. Another one, hey, I know this is a bit different, but I thought you're attractive and wanted to say hello. Again, you don't have to mention that they're cute or attractive, but that's it. You just want to keep it simple. You just want to make it super reasonable, not sexual or any way, almost like you're just colleagues or something meeting, straightforward. You're a random guy approaching her and it's going to be kind of intimidating, and you just want to be polite about it and read their body language. If they don't feel it, bounce. I mean, it's just good in general to keep the approaches shorter because most of them aren't going to be down for being approached. I mean, a lot of them have boyfriends. You don't know that, or they don't like being cold approached, or maybe you're not their type. So you just want to make it super quick. And there's a ton of self-doubt that can happen. But just think, for instance, I cold approached one girl. It was 2012, and I'm dating her still. It's been 11 years. And, if you can ask her, hopefully she's glad that I cold approach her, but I'm pretty sure she is. There's a girl out there, if I didn't approach her, who knows where I mean, I would have never met her. I probably would have never seen her. And there's a girl out there that could end up like me. She could date you for a decade, 2 decades. She could be the one you end up with. And so, try to get past everything else, because, nothing else matters. And honestly, because my first cold approaches were back then, I really struggled to remember any of the rejections. There was one that Derek and there was some girl that got upset because he was recording her. I don't know whatever happened to the recording, but she ended up getting kind of upset that she was being recorded. So I happen to remember that. Although it is actually, like, you're allowed to record in any public space. But anyway, so keep it pretty straight, pretty simple. Another one is situational openers, and these are much easier to do. And it's really just like talking about something in the situation that you're in. So if this is a girl that is at a grocery store and maybe she's reaching for something, you say, can I help you with that? Or she's looking at a hot sauce and you mention that it's really hot, or somebody hates that. I don't know. I'm just making things up. Maybe I shouldn't have, but you mention something about the situation you're in, and you use that to try to just get, the wheels turning, because that's generally that first sentence or that first word is difficult. And then you can just say a couple more things, maybe one more thing. And then they're generally going to be polite. So it's hard to tell, if they're really interested. But over time, you'll get better at picking up on signals if they're kind of a little shy and coy versus intimidated by you. But again, that's why you want to just keep it short. And that's about it. Yeah, just be polite. Any girl you're talking to, I have another part. You can just say, I think this is I know this is a bit out of the blue, but would you ever want to hang out sometime? Again, super simple. Don't do anything more than that. Just make sure that anything with cold approach, it's really about looking good enough and hitting the numbers, and just not being a weirdo, and dressing reasonably well. And you do that, you'll have success, even though it's an incredibly difficult thing to do. I often think about it, if you're wanting to do anything else that is capable of changing your life reasonably quickly, you can't really create a business and then in a month or two be super successful at it, and have the dynamic, a certain side of your life just being so much better. But with cold approach, there is literally a direct route right in front of you where you can go to the mall today, go approach a dozen women, do it for the next few days, over the next few weeks, and your life is probably going to be changed. You're going to have numbers from it, assuming you just don't look like a complete loser or something like that. You're going to have numbers. Those numbers are going to work out, and you're going to develop an abundance mentality. You're going to have way better relationships, and it's just going to snowball into better things. And there's a path forward. And I know probably very little, if any, guys watching this video are going to actually take advantage of that. But I really, if you're serious about life, there's a path right there. Just go fucking do it. It works. It works. You can ask my girlfriend, and it's worth doing. It's hard, but you can push through the difficulty and the challenges and the self-doubt and the anxiety and the nervousness and the worry of what people will think, because in the end, you will be better for it. And that's kind of all that matters. But good luck. Peace.